You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Bufa. He killed them in their home. Asa Ellerup is opening up about what her ex-husband told her before he pleaded guilty to the Gilgo murders. In a Peacock documentary, Ellerup says Rex Heuermann told her he killed all the victims except one in the basement of their Massapequa Park home. Asa says Rex told her that right before he pleaded guilty earlier this month to murdering 7 women. He also admitted to killing an 8th woman. Now, Heuermann is set to be sentenced to life in prison on June 17th. And first in Newsday, John Gotti's grandson is heading to prison for a $1.1 million COVID fraud scheme. Carmine G. Agnello was sentenced to 15 months by a federal judge. The Oyster Bay man will also face 2 years of supervised release and perform community service and undergo mental health counseling. Now, in just a moment, we'll hear details on what happened in the courtroom from Virginia Huey. And Democrats in Nassau are calling for a gas tax holiday to ease the pain at the pump. Now, if approved, the proposal would make it so you only pay tax on $3 a gallon. Anything more, no sales tax. So far, the bill does not appear to have Republican support. AAA says the average price per gallon in Nassau is up $4, up from $3 a year ago. Fuel costs have been rising because of the war in Iran. And your next ferry ride across the Long Island Sound is going to be more expensive. The Bridgeport and Port Jefferson ferry, along with the Cross Sound ferry, announced fare increases of about $3. The business says it's because of rising fuel prices. And first in Newsday, another King Cullen is closing on Long Island. The Hewlett location is shutting down next month. The Peninsula Boulevard supermarket has been there for 45 years, mind you. There are still 25 King Cullens on the island, though. And Suffolk police are putting 85 vehicles up for auction this weekend. The department is selling vehicles including a Mini Cooper, pickup trucks, and vans. It's at the Suffolk Police Department's impound facility in West Hampton. Bids start at $500. All right, let's take a quick look at tomorrow's weather. Boy, was it chilly today. And tomorrow, it's more of the chill. You can see we are not even scraping 50s yet. We'll have mostly sunny skies, though, which is nice. We'll have that 7-day forecast for you also later in the broadcast. First in Newsday, John Gotti's grandson will be serving time for a COVID fraud scheme. Virginia Huey spoke to the family at court.
Carmine Agnello, the grandson of infamous Gambino mob boss John J. Gotti, was hit with a 15-month federal prison sentence after pleading guilty to running a $1.1 million COVID-19 relief scam.
Is there anything you want to say?
Have a good day.
Agnello had nothing to say to reporters, but inside federal court in Central Islip, Agnello expressed his regret and remorse, telling the judge, "It was wrong, selfish, and criminal. I never wanted to find myself in prison. I carry a great deal of guilt and shame for my actions." Agnello's mother, Victoria Gotti, his brothers, and his uncle, John A. Gotti Jr., were in court for his sentencing.
Basically, I'm heartbroken. You got to sit and you have to watch a kid. You basically change his diaper. You got to watch him go to prison. So, what could you say at this point? It's a heartbreak.
Prosecutors had recommended Agnello receive a 3-year sentence for wire fraud in connection with the 3 Small Business Administration loans he fraudulently received during the pandemic. Agnello, through his lawyer, had argued for probation because he planned to donate his kidney to his ailing mother, Victoria. Moments before sentencing, Agnello's attorney made a case for a lighter sentence, saying Agnello had a troubled childhood where 15 family members ended up in prison. His attorney also said Agnello's desire to donate a kidney to his mother showed a lack of selfishness.
Carmine's story is very compelling and very unusual. He didn't have a normal childhood, and I think that, he had a warped sense of reality, and that's, what led him to the actions that got him sentenced today.
The judge met him halfway, sentencing Agnello to 15 months instead of the maximum 41 months in prison, and ordering him to pay more than $1.2 million in restitution.
The judge understood it. She's fair. And that's all you hope for when you walk into court.
The Teflon Don's grandson must turn himself in to begin his prison sentence on July 20th.
Take care, guys.
For Newsday TV, I'm Virginia Huey.
Out East with Doug Geed is brought to you by Connect One Bank, a better place to be.
Preserving the legacy of Long Island's aviation history. Let's head out east with Doug Geed.
There was a time when virtually every Long Islander had a relative, a neighbor, or a friend who worked for Grumman. The aerospace giant used to be Long Island's biggest employer, and one of its many shining stars was the F-14 Tomcat. It's on display here in Calverton. I'm Doug Geed, out east for Newsday TV.
I'd love to see this airplane. I passed by it quite a few times.
Rich Freeborn was an aircraft mechanic for 20 years at Grumman. He worked almost entirely on F-14s.
I was a steward for the aircraft from the time I come off the assembly line till it left.
So you can imagine the different flood of emotions he gets when he sees this Grumman-built F-14 Tomcat back in the air, even though it's only about 20 feet in the air.
It was a good group. It was a very talented group. Most of the guys had military experience on aircraft, and they didn't have to be taught much.
The planes are owned by the U.S. Navy, and we're responsible for the maintenance. It's open 24/7, 7 days a week, and so we have a lot of people that come here and simply walk around and view the planes.
Another draw here is a 9-mile trail that goes by the park and through the massive grounds of the former Grumman plant in Calverton. The park also has a second Grumman-built plane, an A-6 Intruder. It was a 2-seater attack plane. A bombardier sat next to the pilot.
We're proud to always get high comments and remarks from the U.S. Navy. They said that this site is one of the best in the country. It's been just a great way to honor all of those that served here and worked on these grounds. And I always say it keeps history alive here.
It was a very interesting job, rewarding job. Keep in touch with a group of guys, the core group that I worked with. Not everybody is still with us, but we still meet once a month for the last 30-something years, 32 years. It's the pride that we have in the work that we turned out here.
In Calverton for Newsday TV, I'm Doug Geed.
Only in Newsday, letting kids shine inside and out. Elisa DeStefano heads to the Sweet Sparkle Society in Lindenhurst.
It's a brand new space to entertain and empower kids. I'm Elisa DeStefano at the Sweet Sparkle Society.
How are you feeling today?
Good.
Good? Do you feel confident?
The Sweet Sparkle Society is like it's where you it's where you can be yourself and you don't have to compare yourself to others. My mom and my aunt started this business because they had the idea to make people happy. Like me.
Finley Gordon's mother and godmother created this social emotional skill building space in Lindenhurst to teach kids how to sparkle from the inside out.
We want kids to come here and be their best selves. So what does that mean? We want them playing, exploring, being creative.
You're making this all by yourself?
Doing it in a way that actually builds the critical skills that kids need to feel confident, kind, brave.
We wanted to do and create something really magical and special.
Whether it's a workshop, celebration, or in this case, camp, kids follow the Sparkle Code that encourages inclusivity, kindness, and respect.
We speak with respect and use words that lift up each other.
So every lesson, every theme is all built by a licensed therapist, and she is amazing. And the space is really about celebrating what it means to be a kind, confident human.
It really is such a great experience here. They teach them how to love themselves and be kind and take care of themselves.
Did you learn anything here today?
You can be unique and you can be yourself.
How do you leave feeling? How do you feel, Vanessa?
Happy.
The biggest hope, I would say, is probably that they leave here feeling, first of all, better than when they walked in. That they just feel good truly on the inside. I want everyone to grab their hand up, place it on their heart, close their eyes, and say, I am confident I am worthy. I am kind. And I am perfect the way I am. Yes.
How awesome is that? All right, let's take a closer look at your 7-day forecast, shall we, to see how the weekend is shaping up. Yes, it's Monday, but we're always looking at Saturday and Sunday here. Oh no, there's a bit of rain on Saturday, and it looks like we'll have a bit of rain on Wednesday as well. Temps are cool, but they're warming up, as you can see, from 52 all the way to 64 on Thursday, and then we're staying above 50s for the rest of the days ahead.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Fire Island Ferries.
Now for more on the stories you've seen here today, head over to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. I'm Ken Buffa. More news coming up.
There's more to Long Island than you know when you picture this. Join Macy Egeland for a journey through some of the major moments in Long Island's past through the lens of the Newsday archives. Picture This, available now at Newsday.com/picture this.